kita akan bincangkan kita punya reflection video video yang kita akan mainkan daripada Sadhguru, bukan True God, dan pada pasal truth, the true purpose. We should be able to discuss in a whatever God is, that is not a true God. I don't believe, anything that is cruel, anything that is zalim, yang
space, your party, this is all ambience of life. This is not life, isn't it?
Assalamualaikum, ni hao, salam sejahtera. Selamat berjumpa kembali dalam Boon Reflectionseries. We reflect, we don't react. Baiklah, untuk sesi tujuan hidup yang sebenar, kita akan bincangkan kita punya reflection video ke atas satu video yang kita akan mainkan daripada Sadhguru. Actually, the title is What's the Purpose of Life, but I think it's more like what is not the true purpose of life. Apa yang bukan tujuan hidup yang sebenar. Pada sesi sebelum ini kita telah bincangkan mengenai what is God daripada Sadhguru sendiri. It's more like what is not the true God, apa yang bukan true God, dan kita telah bincangkan secara detail apa yang bukan true God. Dan pada kali ini saya rasa bincangkan lebih what is not the true purpose of life, walaupun tajuknya a bit confusing. Yang pada sebelum tu, sesi itu kita telah bincangkan yang pertama, mengapa kita perlu cari our true purpose of life. Kita ambil sisi pandang daripada Aristotle. Basically, mencari true purpose of life, mencari siapa kita, menggunakan akal kita adalah part of reason of being human. Jadi untuk mencari, untuk memikirkan di mana kita berada di dalam dunia yang begitu luas, dan apakah tujuan kita, bolehkah kita datang secara tiba-tiba, atau bolehkah kita menciptakan diri kita sendiri, dan apakah tujuan kita. Adakah kita datang, sebenarnya kita bukan seperti binatang lain, seperti ayam jika naik Kristen, kita datang hanyalah untuk memuaskan nafsu seperti binatang. Kita punya akal fikiran, dua kelebihan daripada manusia seperti kita cakap, dan juga kelebihan untuk menggunakan bahasa. Dan segala ilmu yang kita peroleh dan kita akan share, discuss. Dan setelah pasal truth, the true purpose and truth is no one knows, no one can claim they have the absolute truth. So being human, we should be able to discuss in a respectful way. Baiklah, kita akan terus mainkan Purpose of Life daripada sisi pandang Sadhguru, dan kita akan komen. Video agak panjang, agak 13 minit, dan saya mungkin akan cut in the middle.
So what's really the purpose of life? If you can give an insight on that. Thank you.
Isn't it fantastic that if there's no purpose, you have nothing to fulfill, you can just live? No, but you want a purpose. And not a simple purpose, you want a God-given purpose. It's very dangerous. People who think they have a God-given purpose are doing the cruelest things on the planet. Yes or no? They are doing the most horrible things, and they've always been doing the most horrible things. Because when you have a God-given purpose, life here becomes less important than your purpose. No, life is important. Life is important. When I say life, I am not talking about your family, your work, what you do not do, your party. I am not talking about that as life. This is life, isn't it?
Okay, I just want to comment on this first point. Basically, kalau God-given purpose, we have discussed what is God, how he understand God, macam mana difahamkan God pun satu benda yang kita telah persoalkan, adalah tidak menepati apa yang sepatutnya kita fikirkan sebagai God. Can God become a human, or big buffalo, or brown, or black? So that in itself is very troublesome kind of God. Why God in India? Why not God in Africa or China and whatnot? So that in itself, when you define God, you really have to bring proof that is really the real God. Otherwise, suffice to say, when we discussed in our previous chapter, as basically God is whoever made us and put us into this world is worthy of our submission. That's the true God. And there's nothing unto like God. So if you can imagine, whatever God is, that is not a true God. and why that is so, why you cannot see God, is a subject that we're going to discuss further on in our discussion. So basically, it's very true. When God given purpose, there are many cruelty that's been done in this world. People fought over religion. There are many people, millions of people have died because of not to me, it's not the religion. I mean, the abuse of religion, that's more apt, it's more right. We have to separate between religions and the followers of religion. To me, if you want to say something about religion, you must see what are written in the scriptures. Unless there is any written scriptures that say kill some innocent people and stuff like that, that's probably you can say the religion is something wrong with religion. Otherwise, just to recap, give a short one, we also have people who don't believe in religion in the past that has been guilty of of killing people, like the Stalin, I think about 20 million, and got Mao Tze Dong, 50 million in China, and Pol Pot and whatnot. So these are the examples of people who don't believe in God. Because I don't believe, I mean, anything that is cruel, anything that is zalim, yang membunuh, yang menindas orang, is bukan religion, but it's abuse of religion. Okay, we go on. So, yeah.
Life is within you or around you. The ambience of life, you're mistaking the ambience of life for life. Your home, your family, your workspace, your party, this is all ambience of life. This is not life, isn't it? Yes or no? You're mistaking the ambience for the real thing. No. Life is important because it's the only thing you know. You don't know anything else. Do you know something else? Rest is all imagined stuff, isn't it? The only thing is that this is beating and alive, and that's all there is. So is this important? It is of paramount importance. Not you as a person, that's not important. But you as a piece of life, it's very important. Because that is the basis of everything. When I say that is the basis of everything, the universe exists for you only because you are, isn't it? Yes or no? The world exists for you only because you are, otherwise it wouldn't exist in your experience. So, in every way, this is important. So what is the purpose for this? See, if you had a purpose and if you fulfilled it, after that what would you do?
I have to say whatever he commented is more like, because I'm a Muslim, I'm coming from Muslim background, because there is such religion, I don't want to mention name, basically what they have to do is basically having that faith to, in God, and you are good to go to heaven. So that's the thing when he commented, when you have achieved that purpose in life by having that faith, what you're supposed to be doing. Probably you just, enjoy life or do carry on his life. Or my point is, when you are guaranteed by having that faith to go to heaven, basically people use that excuse to do bad things, because oftentimes we have seen that even a group of gangs that at night they kill people and stuff like that. They do many bad things, but the next morning they just go, just be direct to the church, and some you can confess and basically be forgiven by some human, and basically because the bottom line in that belief is having that faith. So in certain sense, if you have that faith, whatever that you do, sins whatnot, is basically almost, you are guaranteed that heaven, by certain sense. That how you guaranteed that guarantee is something we have to discuss. Okay, I can be direct in that sense. So in a way, it can be discussed, but I think that's what he's trying to mean by you have if there is any religion, it's not for Christian, for that matter, for any religion, when you just have that faith. And probably in certain times also he commented on a religion that that talks so much about afterlife, that he basically adopt some kind of MONKISM, that he suppress all. If I can be direct, it's about Buddhism, because the source of all suffering in this world, life about suffering, is because because of that desire. From Muslim perspective, the desire is the life actually is about managing that desire. We can channel that desire to do good things, but if you succumb to our desire, of course desire always menggalakkan kita untuk membuat kejahatan ataupun sin. So and life in this world is basically a test whether we can manage that desire well. So we go on. I mean, and
after that, what would you do? Bored, isn't it?
So we are bored if you.
It is just that life is so intricate and so phenomenally intricate that if you spend 10,000 years looking at it carefully, you still will not know it entirely. If you spend 1,000,000 years looking…
This is also true. Again, macam saya cakap tadi, no one can claim they have the absolute truth. So this is very important. The reason being, we are in this world, we discuss with reasons and evidence, respectfully. Because at the end of the day, to me, a true purpose of life, the true purpose of life must bring goodness to all humanity, as is in general, to you and as well as to others. Of course, it's quite hard for us to generalize until we put a case in specific. But I think because the point is, it's very easy that we do what we want to do that benefit our own self. I mean, a true sense, in true sense, if everyone doing that, everyone just care about, of satisfying his selfishly of his own desire and whatnot. So what happened to the rest of people who have not so fortunate? So what justice that they have? So this kind of thing that I think when it comes to the real crux of the problem, and later in the chapter I'll discuss and how I see it and how Islam sees as the truth. And to me, if everyone practice that thing, it's supposed to make this world a better place. No, in this context, in this instance, I think Sadhguru more like he doesn't really believe in a God feature like that. Just believing, enjoy the life in this world. I mean, you can go on, but I think that the video is about 13 minutes. I think that's basically the 2 points. The rest is basically mumbo jumbo and whatnot. Of course, it's always easy for you to be populist. Whatever that you do, you think about this world, what is good for you, and stuff like that is finished. To me, the discussion, if I may present my case, it's a bit more deeper, because I think the first thing about purpose, we have 3 things that we need to ask ourselves. Who are we? Where are we coming from? Can we determine our own purpose? It's just like, can a handphone determine its own purpose? A car and everything, there must be the creator of that excuse me, of that gadget or anything. Who's that creator? To me, again, that's why we're discussing who's that true God is. To me, the only one that can worthy of deciding our true purpose must be that God. And while we are here, we try to find who's the true God and what's the true purpose in this life. I think that's enough for us to discuss on this angle. I think it's enough that the true purpose of life. Again, there are 2 things that is that's given. God-given purpose is dangerous. Yes, it can be dangerous if it is not understood properly, if it is a wrong religion. And second is basically, what if you have achieved that purpose, that is having that objective of having faith on certain God that will die for your sin. To me, the life of the true purpose, like I said, it must. If I can jump of my next chapter, is basically the true purpose must make full use of whatever life you are in this world, from the day you're born until the day you die. That we should strive every day to do good things, whether we can overcome, whether we can manage our desire to do good things, or rather than we just following our whims and desire and do whatever that we want, or just to satisfy our desires, which is in certain sense we are no better than animals. I think that's enough. In the next chapter, probably I will gonna discuss on IKIGAI. It's kind of finding your true purpose of life, and whether that thing also fits into the bill of what I understood, or what I do as a true purpose of life. With that, I thank you very much. Do subscribe, because we're gonna have a constant discussion on the true purpose of life. You can discuss, you can text me, you can have more, probably intimate discussion on this kind of thing, which is I again probably have seen from my other videos on this subject, why I'm doing this thing. So I thought I found mine. It has made me a happier person, much happier person, and I want you to share that happiness. Then I think if everyone is doing that, whatever that I believe to be correct, whatever to be the truth, it can make this world a better place. And I stand to be corrected, and I'm more than happy to have a dialogue discussion. Right? I'll see you again. Thank you very much. Assalamualaikum.